Hello. All right, so I thought I would do a video and maybe talk about um forgiveness, I guess. Cuz well, it's that's the thing. Sometimes it's like hard to move on when you have these demons or whatever you want to call them, you know what I mean? Like just these either bad memories or things that come up or whatnot, and they're hard to let go, and we can't just pretend like they don't exist. We can't just toss them aside. Like, we do have to face them, we do have to look at them, we do have to deal with those things. And sometimes I know it comes up a lot. It's like, okay, but how can you forgive someone or a situation or whatever that happened if like you were treated so badly, like so badly. Like, I could tell you guys horror stories of things I've been through, and it's like, how did you forgive that? How did you move past that? Well, I sure as hell didn't just pretend it didn't exist. But mainly, like, the easiest way to move past something is not to focus on like how bad that was or anything. Like, and it's not, and when you forgive someone or you forgive something, it's not to say that that thing or that situation or that person was right or that that was good. And like, well, good, because there is no good or bad, just things are what they are. But I mean, um something like, yeah, something really terrible happened, or that person really treated you so badly, so unfavorably, and it affected you in so many ways. And what you need to focus on is the lesson that you got out of that. That's how you forgive somebody. Because like I said, anything that you go through in life, like I strongly believe that everything we are given, that we are to get something out of it. Like everything in some kind of like, and it's kind of like, I guess, a fucked up way of saying everything that we are given is a gift. Even if it looks like hell, there is a gift in there somewhere. And I know that might sound insane to some people, but yeah, I've been through hell and back a million times. But what helped me get through it is, yeah, looking for that gift in every scenario, looking for that little spark of light somewhere in everything. So if someone really did treat me like shit and they really put me through the freaking ringer, and whatever that was, abuse or whatever, what I would hang on to, and to be able to give the forgiveness. And like, we always hear that the forgiveness is for ourselves and not the other person. And I've heard that a bunch of times in my life too. And I didn't always understand it, but it's because out of that abuse, for example, I learned how to set boundaries. I learned how to stick up for myself. I learned, like so many things. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight because healing is a lifelong journey. But out of that, I did learn these things. So those are the hidden gifts in that hell, right? So for me to focus on those gifts, the fact that I can set boundaries, hold boundaries, the fact that I can, you know, stand up for myself, the fact that I can do this, all these things, those are the gifts I'm hanging on to. So those are the things that I'm going to, you know, thank for the experience. I'm going to forgive you for what you did. I forgive you for not what you do, because you are clearly ignorant in what's happening right now. But I thank you for the lessons, and that is what I choose to carry forward into my life. And that's what makes it easier to let go of some of those things and to move on. And we do all those things with love. I mean, those people that you're going to let go of, those situations you're going to let go of or whatever, they're not always going to like it. They're not always going to understand it. They're going to think you're the one being cold. You're the one being a bitch. You're the one being a fucking asshole. And that's not it. It's just because you're finally standing up for yourself. You're finally setting boundaries. You're finally, doing something you've never done before. Because all those years, you let that stuff slide. You let that stuff slide for a long time, and people got comfortable. They got comfortable around you, and they kept doing those things. So when you do start doing things differently, and you do start, setting boundaries and stuff like that, like, yeah, some people aren't going to like it. Not at all. And they might be even in denial, and they might like whatever, but that doesn't belong to you. You know what I mean? If you really want to move past that thing, then you need to make peace with that thing. You need to, send it love and light and everything else, and pray for, like I said, you can forgive it, thank it for the lesson, move on from that, because you don't need to entertain that longer than you have to. But that's what helps. So when you give forgiveness, it is more for yourself than for the other person, because you can forgive them and they don't, I mean, sometimes you even forgive them without even speaking to them because you've made peace with it, like within yourself. Because sometimes, like, I've made peace with things that I never got closure from. Like, I never got closure from certain people or certain situations, and I decided to just give it to myself because I was like, oh, I'm not living this way. And that's really hard to do. You know what I mean? But again, you have to make the conscious choice, and you create your own reality. Your thoughts create your reality, and the way that you choose to react to those things, then it becomes your reality. And the way that you handle that, you need to do, you know, you have to live with that. You have to live with those decisions. So, yeah, so that's how you can, that's what helps to forgive and move on. It is for you. Because when you forgive someone, it's not to say what you did was okay, because it was not okay. And it doesn't mean because you forgive that you have to keep it in your life. Like I said the other day, no, you do not. No, you do not. You can forgive and let go. But the moving forward part, it's by taking in those lessons. Those are the gifts. And that's what helps you move forward. That's what helps you let go. Because there is a gift in everything. Even though that might sound crazy, but I'm telling you, that's what helps you move forward. That's what's helped me move forward anyways. Because, yeah, you won't always get the closure you're looking for. You're going to have to give it to yourself sometimes. And it's probably even harder, but living with that shit is even harder. So, yeah, anyways, that's kind of my little spiel on forgiveness. Anyways. Yeah. It is a brave and courageous thing to love yourself and to deal with that stuff. So if any of you guys doing the work out there, like, honestly, pat yourself on the back, because it's hard work. It's hard work, and it's an everyday thing. It's not just like one day I'll do it, tomorrow I won't do it. Like, no, like, if you're really like dedicated to this healing journey, it's a lot of work, and it's like a roller coaster. So you're going to go up and down quite a few times maybe. And maybe sometimes you'll get up there and you're like, I ain't never going back down there. Then good for you. You know what I mean? But like, everyone has their journeys. So whatever that may be for you, then just be proud of yourself that you're on that journey. All right. So anyways, I love you guys. Have a good day.